How much do you think this conversation around, well, the direction of travel, the guardrails, has changed since you were first building this company?
I think what we've seen, we've been building for almost 7 years. And AI has always been a topic for regulators, always been a topic for the tech industry, of course. This is, in many ways, not new technology. It's just had its moment where I think the world really woke up to the fact how powerful these technologies are going to be and how much they're going to be a part of everything in our lives. The ChatGPT moment, as I usually call it, which happened late last year, I think really just gave us a version of this technology that was incredibly accessible. Everyone with an internet connection and an email address could sign up and try to play around with these tools to see all the basic things they can do, but also discover some of the pitfalls of these technologies and some of the things we have to watch out for. And the government right now is obviously very focused on how do we put the right guardrails, but at the same time capture all the amazing opportunity.
Synthesia, of course, has captured the attention of a lot of clients. I mean, what is it? You're in 47% of Fortune 100 companies already using it, and I mean, hundreds, thousands, if not, deploying your videos. Why? What are they doing to use your tech in particular? How are they working with it?
So the core thing is that we live in 2023, and people want to watch and listen to content. They don't want to read that much anymore. And for most people in their private lives, this is actually how they consume content. Like most people spend a lot of time on YouTube, TikTok, they listen to podcasts. Reading is on the decline, no matter if you like that or not. But in the corporate sector, it's really difficult to produce audio and video content, right? Like filming things with a camera, recording things with a microphone. If you compare the production process to writing a Word document or making a PowerPoint slide, for example, it's very, very different, right? What we offer is an alternative to traditional video production, where you, just like you would make a PowerPoint presentation, you simply select your avatar, you type out the script, you make these very kind of simple videos. And for the enterprise, what this means is that now they can train their employees or their customers way better than they could before. So the information retention of watching a video is around 8 to 10 times as high as we read something in text. That really is the utility that our customers get out of using Synthesia.
Victor, thank you for explaining how the technology works. One of the stories we've covered here on the show is in the context of the Israel-Hamas war and video content in circulation on social media platforms that purports to be one thing, but in reality is not that thing. It is fake or false. In some cases, video game video, which is claimed to be video of what's happening on the ground. What is Synthesia doing to make sure that video content generated through the platform is not shared in such a way that is not used by bad actors to share false information?
Yes, when we founded the company, we did it on an ethical framework, which is around consent, control, and collaboration, or the 3 Cs, as we call them. Consent is around any avatar or voice that we reproduce the likeness of is done with full consent from whoever's voice or likeness that is. Second one around control is around content moderation. So we have very strict policies in place for what kind of content you're allowed to create and what kind of content you're not allowed to create. And we monitor that both with automatic systems and also humans in the loop. For example, if you're creating news-like content on current events, that's only allowed if you're on an enterprise plan, which means that we know who you are. And we know that you have a good reputation and most likely a well-known media company. So we have a lot of safeguards in place to make sure that the technology isn't misused. In the case of what you're talking about here, that's sort of a different technology than ours. Ours is around the AI avatars talking to the camera, presenting something, whereas what we're seeing here, right, is to some extent an involvement of some of the disinformation and misinformation tactics that's been deployed the last 10, 20 years, where you take a video of an explosion, for example, that actually happened 5 years ago, but you say it happened yesterday. Now we're getting to a point where computer graphics is getting good enough to actually fool people into thinking that something that might have been done in a gaming engine is actually happening in real life. I think the ultimate technological solution to this is around fingerprinting content that we generate, both with AI, but also things we capture with a camera. So we can begin to build a provenance chain of where content came from, who created it, and I'm watching the original or unedited version of it. It's a really hard technical problem, but we're working on it with Adobe. Google is working on it as well, and I have a lot of optimism that this technology will be a part of the media landscape within the next couple of years.